Hi, guys. This is episode 3 of the Not Here to Break Even podcast. Today, I'm going to go through a topic which many of you probably already know. And the intent is exactly to talk to you about something you already know, but from a different perspective. So, the title of today's podcast, which is mutuated from an article that I have published on my blog, is Do Not Be Afraid to Fail. All right, I'll start by giving you a quote. Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. This is not me saying this, guys. This was Sir Winston Churchill. For those of you, I hope not many, who are wondering who Winston Churchill was, I suggest that you go onto Wikipedia directly and look him up. I mean, okay, ahead with it. You shouldn't be asking these questions. Right. So, one of the most perverse and worst social programming we have instilled into us from an early age is the fear of failure. Now, we are programmed by our schools, by parents, and mass media to believe that failure is bad. And of course, all of us would agree that in general terms, failing is a bad thing, won't we? If we attempt something and fail, it's like we take a self esteem hit and log it into our memories as a failure, full stop. So, practically speaking, in our brains, this translates into I'm not good enough, I can do that, or I tried and I have failed. The you haven't got the gift scenario comes down on our lives and forces us to live out our existence hiding away from new challenges, preferring to live in a little comfort zone where we can stay, or we have the perception of staying safe. So, guys, let's tackle failure for a minute. Let's slay this paper dragon once and for all. So, failure, just so you know, is inevitable for anyone who actually attempts to do something new. In general, for anyone who actually attempts to do anything at all, it's just a learning process. It's inevitable. If you've never failed at anything, well, guys, kudos. But probably you should ask yourself if you really have ever tried anything at all. Or have you rather stayed in your safe little comfort zone instead? Are you a ship that has never left the harbor tied to the dock, slowly rusting away, the ropes that keep you safely secured slowly fraying? If you are and you're happy, good luck. I wish you all the best, guys. But if you want to cut these ropes, however, and sail out of the harbor into uncharted and dangerous waters, you can expect to fail. Actually, I'll tell you more. You need to fail. You will fail. It's part of the growing process, part of the way we humans learn, and the only way we really learn. Failure is simply doing something the wrong way. So try and look at it from that perspective next time you fail at something. We may have got variables right, but the 10th wrong, resulting in our plan failing. So, what can we do about that? Because I also want to give you a bit of a practical advice here, right? So, yeah, you might be thinking, all right, you're trying to convince us that failure is good. So, give us a practical example on how we can do that. We can actually use this concept to perform better, to be better at what we do in general every day. All right, I'll cover that in a second. So, let's assume that you fail at something, whatever. So, what do we do about that? Well, are we hanging our head and never attempt it again? No, that would be, guys, the wrong answer. So, what you should really do, what we all should really do, is going back, examining what we did, examining what exactly went wrong, and use our rational brain. We are gifted with fantastic brains that are able to formulate plans to cope with activities and to achieve goals. So, in this case, you examine what you did, you analyze what went wrong, and you will use a brain to formulate another plan and relaunch. So you might be asking, right, what if we fail again? Well, guys, here's step number 2, which calls back to step number 1. We re-examine what we did, we analyze what went wrong, we replan and relaunch. If we fail again, we repeat. Yeah, guys, you got the gist of it. This is, guys, is the secret, not so secret sauce to success, right? Just because you don't accomplish something at the first or second attempt doesn't mean you can never accomplish it, right? You haven't failed, you've gained experience. And just because you've never done something, it doesn't mean you can never do it. I will offer you this pearl of wisdom. Failure is the great friend of people who want to accomplish things. Guys, I found a wonderful article from the Smithsonian magazine that I would urge you to read on the smithsonianmag.com site. The title is Why the Best Success Stories Often Begin with Failure. Or you can go onto my article, onto my blog, Do Not Be Afraid to Fail, and you will find the link posted there. So I'd just like to share with you my own experience. When I set up my online success, I made lots of mistakes that cost me, guys. They cost me in terms of lost time, money, and I had many little failures, but each one of them I came through this experience with much more knowledge. I had a lot of more first-hand experience and a lot more determination to get it right the next time. It's so fulfilling once you actually do something, don't quite manage it, but understand, thanks to the process of going through that, what went wrong, and then the next time you do that, you actually get it right. This is so fulfilling, guys. This is just what keeps me going. And I believe that this is also what keeps going lots of you out there who are just doing anything, building your own business, studying, bringing skills, bringing your kids to the next phases of their life, whatever. It's just so rewarding, right? So if I think back, personally speaking, to those failures, I can tell you how valuable those failures were because I have gained priceless experiences, which have made me more knowledgeable and in general more confident. Now, on the escort of those very same failures, I think I am here, guys, with the right to teach you some of these things, right? So I'm not here just bragging about, oh yeah, what I've read about it, or I know somebody who did that. No, I'm here because I've gone through that. I've gone through a lot of things. I have failed at many things, guys, and I am proud of that. If I take that as an example to give you where you can say, okay, I've done something wrong. Now I am going to do it right because I managed. Not for everything, but for most of them. I think that the ones that are really dear to me, I really manage, right? And as opposed to many people who do not even know what we are talking about, what I'm talking about here, because they have never tried, guys, these are not really the people you want to listen to. You need to go talk and listen to the people who have gained the right to tell you these things. When you are going to venture out into a new uncharted for you territory, who do you first go for advice, support, or just for help, guys? You naturally would go to those who have been there and can tell you what the best path to follow is, right? What are the pitfalls to avoid? Maybe what is the safest path? What is the shortest route? What is the safest route? Not that there is anything really entirely safe in life, but you get my point. I personally was brought up to believe that only certain people could do certain things. That business people, for example, were successful because they had some sort of talent, special gift. To be honest, yeah, I was a bit naive. I even believed until not too long ago the politicians were honest, right? But okay, that's me. So such beliefs act as chains on people. They stop them from attempting things because they believe they are not good enough. Our dubs are traitors, guys, and make us lose the good we oft might win by failing to attempt. So don't be afraid of failing. Just love it. It proves you're using your life to tackle new challenges. It proves you're still in the game, that you're a ship at sea charting new courses, that you're riding the storms and taking the hits, but you're doing something that most people don't. You are living. So let's remind ourselves quickly a few reasons why failure is good. I talked through some of them, right? But it's good to remind ourselves failing it's one of the best ways to learn. It's actually the only way we can really learn. I mean, you can read all the books you want, but no book will be able to speak to your own unique circumstances, right? It's only by jumping into the fray and taking action that you can learn and succeed. The second aspect is that failing help us grow. Mistakes help us grow. So have you ever heard the road to success is paved with failure? If not, I'm happy because I can resell it as something original for me. It's probably not. But why it's not? Because it's true. It's a myth, guys, that people succeed without any effort. Okay, got you there. There's definitely some people in our society that are born with the proverbial silver spoon. They have everything and get everything without effort, no matter how stupid they are. They may reach the heights of their profession, but they didn't do it off their own bat. And I'm not here talking about these people. I'm talking about the rest of us who have to work to carve our own space. If we try something new, then we will probably fail to begin with. It's the natural course of events, the natural learning process. No risks, no reward, guys. So if you don't jump into the battle, you cannot test how good your sword is by talking, by taking a sorcery fantasy example. But by attempting new things, we build our character and grow in self-esteem. The mistakes we make provide us with wonderful life experiences from which we can grow. And then we eventually succeed, which we will providing, of course, we keep going and can enjoy the rewards of our plans. And know this, you've only failed if and when you accept defeat, guys. I'm here to show you that if you really want it, if you really want to succeed, you can succeed. But it's even more than that. It's even more subtle. I am here and to help you and take you by hand into those uncharted territories of your existence, so that once you turn back, you can really measure the great distances that you have fared and can see the world and finally yourself with new eyes. So I tell you guys, I am here, SFM is here, so that you never ever have to accept defeat in the creation of your own lifestyle. How? By getting you step by step, by hand, into the creation of a successful digital business, teaching you the skills that you need to succeed, providing you the tools that you need to make it efficient and effortless to develop new stuff. And most of all, guys, because I believe that this is what has made the difference for me, it's about having the right people around you. Again, back to my example. If you've never ventured into a new territory, who would you go and ask assistance to? You would go ask people who know. You would go ask people who have been there. You would go ask people who are available and able to help you. So this for me is just reason enough for you to start considering, well, no, hell with that. It's not just considering. If you really want to make a change in your life, if you really are accepting the fact that failing is a good thing and it will take effort to get to your success, to get to where you want to go onto my notheretobreakeven.com site, sign up to my newsletter, or better still, you can use one of the links onto many of the pages, onto many of the articles published there, and sign up now for a risk-free application that I'm convinced, guys, will change your life forever if you go into that with the right mindset. So off we go. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I would really love to hear from you. What do you think? What's your experience with failure? I would be happy if we could have a joint podcast the next time. Maybe you talk through your experiences and give your own account of things and talk about some tips, tricks that you have for our followers. Until then, the best. I will talk to you later and I will see you there. Ciao, guys.